Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congresswoman Nancy Mace of South Carolina.
Good evening, America. My name is Nancy, don't call me Pelosi, Mace. I'm a congresswoman representing the great state of South Carolina. At the age of 17, I learned that dropping out of high school might not have been the best idea. So I took my first job at a fine dining establishment some of you may know as the Waffle House. Denny's was a little too highbrow. While Waffle House was an important part of my journey, it would not be my destination. I soon went from making waffles to making history. 25 years ago, this high school dropout became the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. A college campus where we don't burn American flags, we salute them. I'm a single mom and a rape survivor. To women tonight who can relate, please know you have a friend and a sister in me. And I will fight like hell for you. I'm the daughter of an Army Brigadier General and a school teacher. I've admired my dad's Distinguished Service Cross from Vietnam. I've endured the rigors of a Citadel education. And today I represent a district that includes Parris Island, where we make Marines. What we're witnessing today is proof that strength preserves peace and weakness invites war. We can never project strength around the world when weakness stands in the White House. Nations like China see weakness as opportunity. China's fentanyl invades our borders. Their arms supply Putin's regime. China supports enemy states like Iran. They oppress their own people, especially their women. The world is watching America, and we must show them what we're made of. And I know a strong leader when I see one. Donald Trump stood up to China before, and he will do it again. Anyone who thinks they can take on Donald Trump or take down America is now on notice. Just as Trump quickly rose to his feet with a defiant fist in the air in Butler Township, Pennsylvania, when we re-elect him as president in November, America will soon be back on hers. We will be courageous, we will be resilient, we will be united, and we will be prepared to take on the challenges of this historic moment. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America, and God bless Donald J. Trump. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congressman Ronnie Jackson of Texas.
All right. All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and good evening to my delegation from Texas. My name is Dr. Ronnie Jackson, and I'm the congressman from the 13th Congressional District of the great state of Texas. Prior to being in Congress, I served on active duty in the Navy for 25 years. I was a Navy deep sea diver, an emergency medicine doctor, and a combat physician in Iraq. During that time, I also had the distinct privilege of serving for 14 years as White House physician. But most importantly, I served as the appointed physician to the greatest president that this country has ever had, Donald J. Trump. And not only that, but now I can say I served a president who literally took a bullet for our country. President Trump and I have been through a lot together over the years, but I have never, ever been prouder of his leadership than I was last Saturday. His warrior spirit and his display of will to keep fighting for our country, even after getting shot down, will go down as an all-time moment in American history. I know firsthand from my time at the White House that being a president is an unrelenting 24/7 job. Time off truly just doesn't exist. Our president needs to make clear and decisive decisions in a moment's notice. When the phone rings in the middle of the night, the president must be ready. Unfortunately, our current president is not ready for that call. Let's not kid ourselves. Father Time has not been kind to Joe Biden. And China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea, they do not respect Biden's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. schedule. And we would not be in this situation were it not for Joe Biden's staff and his family. They should have compassion for him and prioritize his health and our country's security. But they have put their own interest above America's interest. Perhaps the greatest blame lies with his own Vice President, Kamala Harris. She has not been truthful with us. She has lied to us. She has put party above country, and she is as unfit in character as Joe Biden is in body and mind. Between the wide open southern border, the botched Afghanistan withdrawal, record high inflation, and the devastating crime in our streets, this administration has now produced a legacy of failure, disappointment, and danger. There is simply too much at stake to have someone who can barely shuffle to a podium be the one that is responsible for the safety and the security of our country. Every second that Joe Biden remains in the White House, this country becomes less safe. However, under President Trump's leadership, we will restore our standing on the world stage. We will bring back our great economy we had. We will finally secure our southern border. We will rebuild our great military. We will clean up crime in our streets. And most importantly, we will have a president who is respected by our allies and who is feared by our enemies and who leads with strength. Let me close by saying the path forward is simple. It is very simple and straightforward. We need to make America great again, and we need to do everything we possibly can to re-elect Donald J. Trump as our president. Thank you all. God bless you. God bless America, and God bless Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former Acting Director of National Intelligence, Richard Grenell.
Hello, California. Last weekend, the American people bore witness to the instinctive courage of President Trump. We all know the contrast to Joe Biden could not have been greater. Tonight, I want to talk to you about why President Trump's strength and grace, which now even his opponents struggle to deny, have consequences beyond American borders. From 2001 to 2008, I served as America's spokesman at the United Nations. Back then, Republicans believed America's duty was to spread democracy by military force. We were misled about weapons of mass destruction. We intervened in other countries' affairs and signed treaties that only benefited other nations. We spent too many years ignoring America's priorities. That's what happened when Washington stopped being the capital of the United States and started being the capital of the world. There was only one man with the strength to call out the lies and failures of both Democrats and Republicans: Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't care if you're gay or straight, black, brown, or white, or what gender you are. He knows that we are all Americans and that it's time to put America first. After 16 years of wars and chaos, the world looked different when President Trump was in the White House. Russia invaded Ukraine under both Obama and Biden, but Putin did not dare escalate under President Trump. Under Trump, China was challenged. Under Trump, the Balkans were more peaceful. Under Trump, the Middle East signed historic peace deals. Under Trump, Iran was broke. Under President Trump, we put American interests first. There were no new wars. Old wars ended, and America had the greatest economy in the world. But after 4 years of Joe Biden, wars are back, the Taliban is back, and members of ISIS have slipped through America's broken southern border. Russia is sailing warships off the coast of Florida. China is bullying its neighbors. Iran is waging a war in Israel and Gaza with help from Joe Biden. And Joe Biden's radical supporters have overtaken our universities, burning American flags, cheering for terrorists, and calling for violent revolution. The reason the world is on fire is because President Biden is weak in more ways than one. But Donald Trump's opponents here and abroad now see clearly his incredible courage and resilience. They stand in fear and awe at the thought of his return. By voting for President Trump, you are casting a vote for the strength and grace that will bring peace and prosperity back to you, your family, America, and the world. Don't let anyone ever tell you differently. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida.
Donald Trump is unstoppable. Elect him president again, and America will be unstoppable too. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been out of it. Democrats have been hiding the real Biden for years. We saw people in the witness protection program more often than we saw unscripted Biden. Under Biden-Harris, America has fallen sicker, lonelier, and poorer. Under Trump, we prospered, we were richer, inflation was low, and there were 2 genders. Under Biden-Harris, inflation has gotten so bad you can no longer bribe Democrat senators with cash alone. You have to use gold bars just so the bribes hold value. Oh, the swamp draining will recommence soon, and I will be President Trump's strongest ally in Congress to pass term limits, to stop taxpayer funding for political campaigns, to ban members of Congress for life from becoming lobbyists, and for the same reason you don't let the referee bet on the game, ban members of Congress from trading individual stocks. I am proud to stand before you, the only Republican in Congress who takes no lobbyist money, no PAC money. It's not good for me. I work for you, not them. President Trump, he'll never defund our police, but he will defund foreign aid to countries that hate us. And President Trump understands that if it isn't racist to check ID for a hunting license or welfare benefits or a fishing license, then it is okay to demand an ID to vote everywhere in this country in every election that's held. A Democrat congressman recently said that any criticism of Joe Biden is ableist. I don't think it's too much to ask that the American president be able to do the job. Kamala Harris isn't able to do any job. She was appointed border czar. Appointing Kamala Harris to oversee the border is like appointing Bernie Madoff to oversee your retirement plan. President Trump has shown the world what he is made of, and now we will show the world what America is made of by having his back. And how about the choice President Trump made for a running mate? JD looks like a young Abraham Lincoln, but he's from Ohio, like General Grant. And like General Grant, J.D. Vance knows how to fight. So they can run Biden from the nursing home, Harris, George Clooney, Robert De Niro, whoever they want to run. We are on a mission to rescue and save this country, and we ride or die with Donald John Trump to the end. Thank you all so much. Thank you for having my back. Let's go get him.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former United States Ambassador to the Holy See, the Vatican, Callista Gingrich.
Good evening. Tonight, we look toward a brighter, safer, and more prosperous future with Donald J. Trump as our next President of the United States. When I served as President Trump's ambassador to the Vatican, I witnessed the importance of having a president who stands up for religious freedom. Over the last 4 years, the failed policies of the Biden administration have jeopardized our right to worship freely and weakened our nation. Freedom of religion is one of our nation's most important foundational principles. Throughout our history, the right to practice our faith has been at the heart of the American experience. Today, this fundamental right is under attack. In recent years, the radical policies, rules, and regulations imposed by our own government have threatened people of faith. However, we have reason to hope. In our lifetime, no president has done more to advance and defend religious freedom than President Donald Trump. During his term, President Trump defended the rights of doctors, nurses, and teachers to act in accordance with their conscience. He appointed 3 Supreme Court justices committed to protecting our God-given right to worship. He expanded school choice and defended the First Amendment freedom of every student to practice their faith in public schools. As president, Donald Trump signed an executive order that defined international religious freedom as a moral and national security imperative. And he was the first and only president to convene a meeting at the United Nations dedicated to ending religious persecution and defending religious liberty around the world. Tragically, many of President Trump's policies have been replaced by the Biden administration's anti-faith agenda that uses the power of the government to impose its